Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another ancient Irish tale. Today, we're going to do the tale of Cormac's adventures in the Land of Promise, aka the Land of Promise, Tirnanog. So sit back, relax, definitely don't forget to smash that subscribe button, and do like the video and enjoy. Enjoy a horn of mead while you're doing this. Sit by the fire. This is Cormac's adventures in the Land of Promise. King Cormac, the hero of the present narrative, was the son of Art, who figures in the preceding selection. In other words, the last story before this about the adventures of Art. The piece is not a single unified story. It is a collection of narratives based on the ancient account of the world. Here, as in the preceding story, we see illustrated the strong tendency towards moralization and social criticism exhibited by Irish literature of the Middle Period. These stories, of course, are not told entirely for the merely capitalized upon our already established interest and follow the usual Irish literary habit of furnishing a narrative to explain every well-known fact. Now, Cormac's cup was a cup of gold which he had. The way in which it was found was thus. One day at dawn, in Maytime, Cormac, son of Art, son of Colin, the hundred fighter, was alone on Muirterra in Tara. He saw a frigid mantle around him and ribbed gold-threaded shirt next to his skin and two blunt shoes of white bronze between his feet and shoulder. Delight and amazement enough it was to listen to the music made by the branch, for the men sore wounded or women in childbear or folk in sickness would fall asleep at the melody which was made when that branch was shaken. The warrior saluted Cormac. Cormac saluted him. "Whence dost thou come, O warrior?" said Cormac. "From a land," he replied, "wherein there is naught save truth, and there is neither age, nor decay, nor gloom, nor sadness, nor envy, nor jealousy, nor hatred, nor hauntness." "It is not so with us," said Cormac. "A question, O warrior, shall we make an alliance?" "I am well pleased to make it." So they became allies. "Give me the branch," said Cormac. "I will give it," said the warrior, "provided the three boons which I shall ask in Tara be granted to me in return." "Oh, they shall be granted," said Cormac. Then the warrior bound Cormac to his promise and left the branch and went away. And Cormac knew not whither he had gone. Cormac returned to the palace, and the household marvelled at the branch. Cormac shook it at them and eased them into a slumber from that hour to the same time on the following day. At the end of the year, the warrior came and asked of Cormac the considered agreed upon the branch. "It shall be given," said Cormac. "I will take thy daughter Albi today," said the warrior. So he took the girl with him. The woman of Tara uttered 3 loud cries after the daughter of the king of Erin, but Cormac shook the branch at them, so that he banished grief from them all and eased them into sleep. A month later, the warrior returned and took with him Carby Leifr, the son of Cormac. Weeping and sorrow ceased not in Tara at the loss of the boy. And that night no one ate or slept, and they were all in grief, exceeding gloom. But Cormac shook the branch at them, and their sorrow left them. The same warrior came a third time. "What ask'st thou today?" said Cormac. "Thy wife," he said, "even Ethan Tambor, daughter of Dunlang, king of Leinster. Then he took the woman away with him. That thing Cormac could not endure. He went after them, and everyone followed him. A great mist was brought upon them, and the midst of the plain, and Cormac found himself alone. There was a huge fortress in the midst of the plain, and the wall of bronze around it. In the fortress was a house of white silver, and it was half thatched with wings of white birds, and a fairy host of horsemen were at the house. With lapfuls of wings of white birds in their bosoms, in the thatch to the thatch of the house, a gust of wind would blow and would carry away all of it that had been thatched. Cormac saw a man kindling a fire, and the thick-boiled oak was cast upon it, top and butt. And when the man came again with another oak, the burning of the first oak had ended. Then he saw another royal stronghold, and another wall of bronze around it. There were 4 palaces therein, and entered the fortress, and saw the vast palace, with its beams of bronze, its weighting of silver, and its thatch of the wings of white birds. Then he saw the enclosure of a shining fountain, with 5 streams flowing out of it, and the well. The purple haze dropped their nuts in the fountain, and sent their husks floating down the streams. Now, the sound of the falling of those streams were more melodious than any music that men sing. He entered the palace. There was one couple inside awaiting him. The warrior's figure was distinguished, owing to beauty of its shape, the calmness of its form, and wonder of its countenance. The girl, along with him, mature yellow-haired, with a golden headdress, and the loveliest of the world's women. Cormac's feet were washed by invisible hands, and there was bathing in a pool without the need of attendants. The heated stones heated themselves and went in and came out of the water. As they were there, an hour of 9, the man came coming into the house. A wood axe was in his right hand, and a log in his left hand, and a pig behind him. "It is time to make ready within," said the warrior, "because a noble guest is here." The man struck the pig and killed it, and the clift of his log, so that he had 3 sets of part cleavings. The pig was cast into the cauldron. "It is time for you to turn it," said the warrior. "That would be useless," said the kitchener, "for never know will the pig be boiled until a truth be told for each quarter of it." "Then," said the warrior, "do thou tell us the first truth." "One day," he said, "when I was going around the land, I found another man's cows on my property, and I brought them with me into a cattle pond. The owner of the cows followed me and said that he would give me a reward for letting his cows go free. I gave him his cows, and he gave me a pig and an axe and a log, and the pig to be killed with the axe every night, and the log would be cleft by it. And there would be enough firewood to boil the pig, and enough for the palace besides. And moreover, the pig would be alive the next morning, and the log be whole. And from then till today there have been like that." "True indeed is that tale," said the warrior. The pig turned in the cauldron, and only 1/4 of it was found boiled. "Let's have another tale of truth," they said. "I will tell one," said the warrior. "Ploughing time had come, and when we desired to plough that the field outside was found ploughed, harrowed, and sown with wheat. Then we desired to reap it, and the crop was found to be shacked and filled. Then we desired to draw it into the side and out, and found it in an enclosure all in thatched rick. We have been eating from it till today, but it is not what's the greater nor loss. Then the pig was turned in the cauldron, and another quarter was found to be cooked." "It is now my turn," said the woman. "I have seen and had 7 cows and 7 sheep. The milk of the 7 cows is enough for the people of the land of promise. From the wool of the 7 sheep comes all the clothing they require. At this story, the 3rd quarter of the pig was boiled. "It is now thy turn," they said to Cormac. So Cormac related how his wife and his son and his daughter had been taken from him, and how he himself had pursued them until he arrived at that house. To wit, that whole pig was boiled. And then they carved the pig, and portion was placed before Cormac. "I never eat a meal," said Cormac, "without 50 in my company." The warrior sang a song to him and put him to sleep. After this he woke and saw 50 warriors, and his son and his wife and his daughter along with them. Thereupon the spirit was straightened. Then the ale and food were dealt out of them, and they became happy and joyous. A cup of gold was placed in the warrior's hand. Cormac was marveling at the cup, for the numerous and numbers of the forms upon it were, and of its strange workmanships. "There is something about it, it's still more strange," said the warrior. "Let the 3 falsehoods be spoken under it, and it will break in 3. And then let 3 truths declarations be made under it, and it will unite again, as it was before." The warrior spoke under the 3 falsehoods and broke it into pieces. "And it would be well to utter truth," said the warrior. "For the sake of destroying the cup, I declare, O Cormac, that till today neither thy wife nor thy daughter has seen the face of a man since they were taken from thee out of Tara, and that thy son has not seen a woman's face." The cup thereupon became whole. "Take thy family now," said the warrior, "and take the cup, that thou must have it discerning between truth and falsehood. And thou shalt have the branch of music and delight. And on that day they shall die, they will be taken from thee. I am Manon, son of Lear," he said, "king of the land of promise. And to see the land of promise was the reason I brought thee hither. The host of horsemen thou which beheldest thatching of the house of the men of the art of art in Ireland, collecting cattle and wealth which passes away into nothing. The man from whom you saw us kindling the fire is a thriftiest young chief, and out of his housekeeping he pays for everything he consumes. The fountain which thou sawest, with the 5 streams out of it, is a fountain of knowledge, and the streams are the 5 senses through which knowledge is obtained. And no one will have knowledge who drinks not a draught out of the fountain itself and out of the streams. The folk many arts are those who drink the land and drink them both. Now, on the morning when Cormac arose, he found himself on the green of Tara, with his wife and his son and his daughter, and having his branch and cup.